Oh, well, you can afford 2,700, 2,800.
Yeah.
Then you can't afford a 400,000 house.
No, I know. They told me, like, when I looked, my lender said 325.
We all of a sudden have about 7 homes for you to choose from.
Yep, and I bet I've looked at all of them.
I bet you have.
Yeah. My name is Victoria Dawson. I am 36 years old. I live in Austin, Texas, but I'm originally from Houston.
What do you do for a living here?
I work in a software company, and I'm in customer success.
Customer success. What do you bring in on a yearly basis?
I'm probably around 120 or so with my base plus bonus. We get quarterly bonuses.
So 120 with everything included, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a manager's position?
Nope.
Is this a commission-based position?
No. It's more like a... kind of like you hit your target, you get most of the payout for the quarter.
What is the quarterly payout?
That's a good question. It's usually around like $6,000 up to.
Okay, so this is really interesting for people who, have really good people skills, and this is something they'd want to get into. I think a general concept is something like a customer success job, is going to be in the $30,000, $40,000, maybe $50,000 range. Do tell.
Yeah, I think it's tech, and I will say this is my second or third customer success job, depending on how you're looking at it, and that's just kind of what the market demands in Austin now. Like, I'd say most of them base is probably anywhere between 80 to like 120.
Now, are you dealing with like business to business?
Most of my customers are B2B, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I feel like that's probably a good place for higher income versus dealing with just a random customer who has a $5 subscription to the product. Yeah, my small subscription is probably like $40,000 a year up to 800 or 900,000. So. Wow. Okay. You don't have to give specifics if you don't want to, but I'm curious, like, just like what kind of product in general this is. All over. So I've got some retail, insurance, banks, like a lot of different types. So we don't specialize by industry. My last job we did, and I was in telecom and retail, but now it's kind of a little bit of everything, and my product is specialized. Oh, okay. Yeah. Very cool. Mm-hmm. So looking at your checking account, you have the one checking account with Chase. There was a beginning balance, $743, which is pretty low, but it did end at $3,196 with $17,000 being put in, which is insane, and then $15,000 taken out, which is also kind of insane. So really, it's just paying off things, and then also a couple transfers to investing platforms like Venmo, but then there also was a Zelle payment out of $412, but other than that, it's just kind of paying off cards and stuff. Yeah, so that's, mainly I don't keep any balance. I transfer everything into a high yield savings account and a little bit into an investment account. So that's where most of it's going. Okay, now why was that beginning balance so small? I usually keep under $1,000 in my checking account. I've got like another savings account with Chase that is pretty small. I keep like $2,000 in there for real emergencies, and then I keep everything else in an Ally account. Oh, okay. Or like investment accounts. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm curious, your overall financial situation, at least from the more macro perspective, looks pretty good. What are you trying to do with your finances in general? Yeah, that's why I'm here. I guess my next big goal is that I'm trying to buy a house. So I've been looking since March, pretty seriously. And it's like a moving target. So I've put in a few offers, lost out on all of them, and in the past 6 weeks, even like my buying power has gone down pretty significantly with the exchange or the interest rate. Yeah. So I'm just trying to put away as much as I can until I find the right place. This is a complicated time to buy a property, especially using leverage, because right now, technically, especially in markets like Austin that saw kind of an insane seller's market. For a couple of years, it's starting to transition more towards the buyer's market. Home values have come down a little, not too much, but it certainly isn't going higher right now. But the interest rates. Yep. So to put in perspective, I put an offer on a house think it was maybe late July, and it was $400,000, and it was like perfect. Like the payment, I was like, I can handle this. This is great. A few weeks ago, I was looking at a house for $370,000, and it was going to be like my mortgage payment would have been over $3,400 a month. So it's gone up. It went over a whole percentage point in like a month. Yeah.
So for this home, since that's your main goal, the conversation will probably revolve around that as we go through your different financial accounts. So what is like how much are you looking to put down? What's a potential purchase price range that you're looking at? And what's the minimum monthly payment target?
Yep. So the percentage down keeps changing. I've been using 40 grand as kind of my, when I do like the finance worksheets with my lenders, that's what I've been using. As I wait longer and longer, that number's going up. And then like purchase price obviously just depends on what the interest rate's going to be. So I'm trying to keep my monthly payment at around like $2,800 a month.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's.
Which I can say right now, we backed it, and my lender that I've been working with has said that's like probably around $325, maybe $350, which
it's a hard price to find here.
Impossible. Yep.
How in town must you be?
So I'm looking like east to northeast, with 45, like the toll road being kind of my northernmost boundary that I would go to.
That's going to be hard then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It exists. It can exist.
And are they pleasant?
Some of them need work.
Yeah. Are they above 1,500 square feet?
No. So I'm looking, most of them between like 1,200 to 1,600 square feet. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, must have a yard. Like those are my criteria. Yeah.
That's difficult for an investment purchase under 1,500 square feet. Wouldn't you say for resale in the future, for any potential renting, whatever it could be?
I've considered that, but I'm also just a single gal by myself, and I plan on living in it for a while. So I don't really want too much house. I figure, especially with that area that I'm looking in, you've got Dell, Samsung, Apple, kind of all up in that neighborhood. So it'd be easy to find either a person or like a young couple that would be willing to look in that. Yeah. I mean, I know it's not ideal. But.
Even in the seller's market, I had a hard time selling my 3-bedroom, 2-bath in a very nice neighborhood that was 1,500 square feet because it was too small for people.
Yeah. I know.
And that was in the seller's market.
Yeah.
So, okay, but that's good to know. So let's keep looking through your finances and circle on back to this house. So we're going to get through your spending on your credit cards. A few cards that really don't have anything. So $50 immediately paid off. It looks like you pay off all your cards.
Yep.
So, okay. Just get that out of the way. And this is just purchasing gas, essentially.
Yeah. I try to use like whichever one has the most points.
Yep.
And then like I know at one point I lost a card in this month. So things were going on different cards. Yeah. So that was that random one was I lost the other one. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then on this one... $25, which was dogwood.
Yep.
And maybe a tip at Sonic or just a drink for $2 or something.
Maybe.
I don't know, but.
Oh yeah, no, it's Sonic. Yeah, it was just a drink out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Freedom Flex, a little more here, $594.
Yep.
This has you at 99 Ranch F45 training.
That's my gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
Budget.com, $284. It's a lot.
That was for a week-long rental car.
Oh.
For a yeah, so that was I was on vacation for most of September, so that was me prepaying for the rental.
Gotcha. And then your gym again for another $35.
Yep.
Now, $823. They just get more and more expensive.
Yeah.
$823 on this Freedom. Canary Roost, Easy Tiger, Total Wine and More for $126.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Pie, Dogwood, again. Texas Orthopedic Association for $227.
That's I have to get ankle surgery, and so that was my preliminary appointment for them to tell me that I had to get ankle surgery.
How's your insurance?
It's good. It's still going to cost me a few grand, but it's not that bad. Yeah.
and Zola registry for a wedding or something?
Yep.
$90. Okay. An eBay purchase as well. It's like $7, so not crazy. And then insurance payment. Yep. And then just a couple shops like Costco and PetSmart, Walmart, Dollar Tree, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Now, big one here, $2,599.
Yep.
Whew, so that's a lot of money spent. We have Salty So, Lavaca Street, Dell Diamond. You were there. You must have done something there, and there was 4 different purchases there.
Yep. That was a baseball game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Amazon purchase for $123, pretty expensive. Flicks Brew House, Horseshoe Bay Front Desk for $560. Hotel.
That was another hotel, which will be partially reimbursed because it's a group of us. Okay. So that was just they made you pay for the first day. Yep.
Other Amazon purchases: an Uber trip, Austin Airport spending, Cimarron Coffee, Airfly, Budget Rent-A-Car, Airbnb, Hotels.com, more Amazon, Treaty Oak Distillery, Spotify, Graveyard Vineyards, One Shot Distillery, Fitz Who Brewing, Third Base, Round Rock, Dripping Springs Distillery.
That was all those, the breweries, those are all Labor Day weekends. We were out there for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very expensive.
Yep.
How often do you do stuff like that?
Not ever. That's like a kind of a one-off in terms of me like going out for a whole weekend and doing brewery after brewery.
So why then? I'm curious, just because I want to understand like the whole lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a single gal, so I definitely go out a fair amount, and I like hang out at home when I can or hang out at other friends' houses. But it was just for Labor Day. We took a weekend away, and then there was that trip before that where I was in Colorado for like a long weekend. So obviously all my meals were out. And so a lot of those hotel expenses are for future trips that are happening. They either happened in September or I have one of them is actually next month. So it's like prepayments for stuff. Yeah. But generally,
a lot of spending.
Yeah. Generally it's not that bad. I promise.
Your payroll, there were 3. Is one of them that quarterly?
Yeah. I think so. What was it? What were the payrolls?
Well, there were 2 that were 2,890 and
yeah.
then the 3,954.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you spent a lot of what would be a normal month's paycheck without the bonus.
Yeah. Which never, ever, that's like very rare for me to do that.
Well, I mean, this is still good after all deductions, taxes, whatever, contributions, anything like that. If you take in the quarterly bonus, if we're pretending like that's an average, and then you have the 2 paychecks, and then break that down over a year, divided by 12, $7,000, essentially $7,000.
Yep.
Is what's being brought in on a monthly basis. So that spending wasn't out of line, especially for the rest of your finances. But let's take a look at your savings and see where this sits when it comes to where to go for this home purchase. So we have Ally. This is just an online savings account, only getting 1.75, which is pretty low for right now, actually.
I think it's 2.2. I think it's gone up 3 times since then. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
$47,000 in there. Mm-hmm. So cool. That's pretty good. Is that the $40,000 down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, plus a little buffer and like closing costs and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's fair. Then, you got into the I-bonds game.
I did.
Good time for that.
Yep.
9.62% interest. You got your max 10 in there. So
yep. Yeah, I
cool.
did that last year, and then I didn't do it this year, just knowing that I'm going to buy this house, so I put money in there that I'm just going to have to pull out. Yeah.
Sure. Your HSA, 7,216. Oh, actually, ending balance 7,239. Then this is split between different Vanguard funds. So, primarily being in the 500 index and the retirement 2050. Mm-hmm. And you contributed year to date $2,418.
Yeah, I think I'm at the yearly maximum. We're pretty close to it.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Is this something you're considering touching for the surgery coming up, or?
I was going to try not to, because I know it grows tax-free.
Yeah.
But it just depends on if the house comes through and I find the perfect thing, then I might. But it's not. I might not. I'm going to try not to touch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this surgery will be how many thousands out of pocket for you?
I think it's around 3 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now in Acorns, you have you've deposited in this period 149, and unlike your other accounts, it actually has increased within this period of $353. So $5,243 in there. 45% of it is just in Vanguard's S&P 500, and the rest is just in we have like aggregate bond ETF and Bitcoin strategy ETF, but only 4%, so totally fine there. S&P, iShares Trust, and international stock ETF. So no, this is all good here. With your Fidelity, we have $25,000.
Yep.
It's mostly like S&P 500 based, and then also, again, well balanced. I see you don't get off on the exciting stuff.
No, I do not at all. I'm pretty conservative.
So this
investments.
Yeah, these are definitely good. 54. This was your current 401k and including a rollover from previous employer.
Yes.
$54,000 this period. This is where I had a 16% loss, which hurts, but obviously.
Yeah, I think mine also had quite a bit of a loss. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's, yeah.
Again, Fidelity 500 index and Fidelity 2050. So sticking with that classic stuff, all good there.
Yep.
And one more with your IRA and Roth IRA. This top one is your IRA.
How much is in it?
14,000.
Yeah, I think that was a rollover from a previous employer.
Oh, okay.
From like it was my first few.
That makes sense because you have your target 2050.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Roth, incredible at 42,000, which is awesome.
Which I just started that maybe 4 years ago. It wasn't
you
that
just
long
max
ago,
out every
and
year?
I just max out every year.
Very
I
cool.
happened to max out in like February of this year. Because I was just real, I don't know why, I just got greedy and I was like, I'll just do it so it's done, and then everything tanked. So
long term, whatever.
Yeah, it'll come back. Yeah.
So your investment situation is really good. How old did you say you were?
36.
Okay. So I'm happy with where we're sitting there, and you'll just continue to do that. What percentage of your income would you say you contribute?
I put in 12%. I honestly can't remember what my company puts in. It's a random number. I think it's like 3.75 or something. And then I already maxed out my IRA for my Roth for the year. So it's probably close to like 18% of my income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
I shoot for the 20%, and you're right around there. So
yeah, and I actually just decreased my contributions from, it was at 15%, and I just decreased it to 12, just so I'd have a little extra cash for the home purchase.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm a little concerned about with the home purchase is what will be the lack of an emergency fund.
Yeah.
That, especially since you've been looking for a while, and you've probably been putting a little bit more in here since then, right?
Yeah, I think I just topped it to 50 this month.
Meaning if you bought when you started looking, you would have gotten to kind of an emergency fund riskier situation potentially.
Yeah. Yes. I do have, I'm kind of almost using my I-bonds as my emergency fund, which I know isn't a lot, but
you can pull out in November, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So
there was that.
weeks.
And, worst case, if it was really bad, I could probably ask for help, but I would prefer not to. But knowing how, normally from the expenses you've seen, I'm not normally like that, it didn't scare me that.
So it has to be 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's your minimum? And a yard?
Yes. Yeah. Mainly because, I have to have a yard because I have a dog who cannot be on leash. So he's got to have somewhere to run around.
Why can't he be on a leash? I'm curious.
He's just old and terrible, and he just does not like being on leash. He's a yard dog, not a leash dog.
Has to be a house. Can't be a condo. Can't be a townhome.
I've looked and I've seen some. I really don't want stairs, especially because I'm about to have ankle surgery, so that's a big one for me. And I have 2 parents that are in their mid 70s, and they're both pretty close by. And I just envision this time where they'll have to come stay with me.
So I'm looking ideally for a ranch or at least to have 1 bedroom on the main floor. So that's why a lot of townhomes are out of the question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, you probably, oh man, with your down payment and stuff, you probably, 400 is like your max, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, that would be way out of my range right now. Cause the last time I pulled, an interest rate, it was 6.825, and that was maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Where did you say the furthest you'll go out is 183?
45.
Okay.
Toll road.
Good.
Yeah.
And I will put a map on screen so y'all at least know what we talk about, because this is very insider knowledge for local. Okay, good. That definitely gives you more options. If you're in the inner 183 loop, you have exactly 3 options in the entire city.
Yeah.
So, not a great.
Yeah.
But you have a few, maybe like 30 choices in the entire city.
And I've probably gone to half of them. Like I've gone, even like last week I went and looked at 6 houses last week, and none of them kind of fit the bill.
Yeah. I've been thinking of downgrading. Well, it's not a downgrade. I can never tell what's an upgrade, downgrade, whatever. I had a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom house, as I said previously, and I had one before that as well. But and then I just downsized to this smaller condo. Mm-hmm. But of course, right in the middle of everything. I can walk everywhere, do everything. But I kind of want a yard and a second dog. And this house, $400,000 in so much space and stuff that I'm looking at right here. It's a cute little house. I mean, and it was just literally the first thing I clicked on. But just for that price, I mean, carpet. But and I'm using Zillow right now, which isn't the best, but it's good for quick things and then price calculations. But even the Zestimate, which tends to be a bit bullish, has it actually lower than it's being listed for right now. So
interesting.
Yeah, but we're just gonna pretend $399,000 house, so $400,000 house, but you can only put $40,000 down. By the time you're gonna buy your interest rate's probably gonna be like 7.
Yep, that's my fear. I've definitely considered waiting, but then I know interest rates are gonna keep going up, or they aren't, and then the market's gonna go crazy again. So.
Oh well. You can afford $2,700, $2,800.
Yeah.
Then you can't afford a $400,000 house.
No, I know. They told me, like, when I looked, my lender said $325.
Oh, like, I remember you saying that. Sorry.
Yeah, like $325, and if I really pushed it, $350.
Yeah, because at this it would be $3,388. Because Austin property taxes are insane.
Yes.
Stupid insane. $658 a month. And mortgage insurance, because you'd be doing under 20% for $177 a month. Home insurance $140 a month. HOA fees $25 a month. A lot of neighborhoods are HOA, and then just your interest is disgusting. So $320 what?
Like $325 to $350.
So at $325, that $325 would bring you to the $2,711.
Yep.
And you're right. 350 would be stretching it.
Yep.
To, that's well beyond what you set your cap.
Yeah.
To basically $3,000 a month. So it's really like $335 is going to be your cap. Yep. Yeah, I mean that's $3 over your cap, so $335. Now, this is interesting because we have not had this conversation on the show, and I hope this is easy. I'm hoping I'm putting good stuff on the screen that's making it easy for people to follow. But with that, we all of a sudden have about 7 homes for you to choose from.
Yep, and I bet I've looked at all of them.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
And none of them are close to town, of course.
Yep.
They're all on the outskirts.
Yep. And the big thing for me, and I'll keep reiterating, because I live by myself, it is very important to me, and why I'm kind of keeping to that area is that I have someone close by to me, whether it's like a friend or someone I know. I don't want anyone further than 10 minutes away.
So it needs to be like that northeast that you talked about?
It doesn't need to be.
We can't look south?
No. No, absolutely.
Okay, if we can't look south, then we now have 4 options.
Yeah, no, I won't. It has to be north of the river for sure.
North of the river, and you're not willing to go to Round Rock?
If it was in the right part of Round Rock, I actually looked at a house last week that was in that range, that was just above that corner, and I'm considering it, but just the idea of being north of 45
that's where my first house was, and it took forever to get anywhere. So
see, yeah,
wouldn't recommend it if you have to do it, but it's also not the end of the world. Also, just lots of toll.
That is a conversation that I actually have with my realtor, is like, if I'm going to spend $100 a month on tolls, I'd rather be spending that on my mortgage, as dumb as that sounds.
Well, you'd get the pass.
Yeah. No, but I mean, but regardless, I'm still spending that money where I wouldn't have been spending it if I was just a little bit further south. So, yeah.
1,200 square feet there. Doesn't even look that great. 1,100 square feet there. Pretty on the outside. Okay in the inside. Ooh. 1,900 square feet, but it's all of a sudden in the city of Pflugerville, which means you get more space with less money because Pflugerville is Pflugerville. No offense to Pflugerville, up and coming, but gross interior walls in the backyard looks terrible.
I wish I knew what you were looking at.
I'm putting them on screen so you can go back and watch.
Yes, I'm like, I'll tell you exactly if I've looked at that or not, because I guarantee I've seen it.
And then 1,400 square feet. It's all that old tile interior, and this house, in the like 3 pictures, looks potentially cute, but 1,500 square feet and a little back thing, but yeah, you're not a lot to play with.
Nope. That's why we're just holding out for me to either get more savings. So I'll get my next bonus check will be in a month. So that'll bump it up quite a bit.
What's your rent?
So cheap. I pay $1,600 a month for a 2-2 duplex, but way up north.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I know I've got a really good deal, and that's another reason why I'm kind of okay holding out. I'm more or less month to month.
Yeah.
So there's no,
really?
Yeah, there's no real reason for me to leave until I find the thing that's like perfect for me.
Any debts?
No.
You didn't send any? Okay.
No,
What's your car situation currently? What's your car?
That's gonna need to be replaced at some point. It's a 2011, so it's getting there.
2011 what?
Nissan Juke.
Uh-oh, we know how the audience feels on Nissans. Apparently, worst transmissions in the world, I've been told. So
I've had no issues. The only major issue that it has right now is it's starting to leak oil, but it has 140,000 miles on it. And it has some weird AC issues sometimes, which only sucks in July and August. So, yeah.
All right, well, you're apparently more brave to heat than I am. Because I would say that sucks 10 months out of the year. But
it's only intermittent. It's really weird. It's only on long road trips. It'll just stop working.
Oh, but, okay.
Yeah, if it's just short around town, it's totally fine.
All right, so you have 50 in there right now in your Ally.
Yep.
I-bonds releases in a couple weeks. We'll turn that to 60.
Yep. Other considerations, which I would love your opinion, would be like I could pull money from my Roth, which I don't want to do right now because it's
no.
See, thank you. That makes me feel better because that's what I've always thought.
Nope. I do. I love your investment accounts. We don't want to touch them. I wish maybe there was like an extra brokerage that we could pull from at some point. But I mean, everything's where it is. It's good. Keep contributing. We're good there. If you want to lower the amount to maybe save up some more, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's being saved for a good purpose.
Yeah. Are you saying for my retirement accounts?
If you want to I definitely want you to max out your Roth.
Yep.
Take the 401k match at a minimum, but if you want to bring that down temporarily, to where you can stack up more for the house fund.
Yep.
Because I think you're actually, my immediate gut feeling, just based on the math of all this, in the limited options, we're going to need you to have more choices. You might have to ride this out longer than you would want to.
Yep.
I think we probably, this is gonna hurt, but I think we need to get you to like $60,000-$70,000 to put down.
Yeah, that's kind of where that's what I'm working towards. And like I said, I've already put offers on houses that were like perfect and lost out on both of them.
Yeah.
So I'm just like waiting for that. If that happens tomorrow, great. If it happens when I have $70,000, great. So it's just really a question of when.
Definitely feel free to continue putting offers and things that you can afford if you like the property. Yep. What's hard is we are entering more of a buyer's market currently for the entire city, but with the very specific thing that you're looking in, I have a feeling that's still kind of a buyer's market because there's 5 choices.
Yep.
And the Austin city, well, actually not even Austin city limits, 2 choices, technically. Well, unless you go south, then that'll add up to like 4 in total. Because the rest are in Pflugerville and then the rest are in Round Rock. So
yeah. Which I've been looking, I consider Pflugerville and Round Rock Austin, kind of.
It's the Austin metro,
I have been looking there, but it's just, as long as it's within those
boundaries. Said I lived in Austin when I lived in Round Rock,
exactly.
So yeah. But I think, continue to do that if you can, but we might ride to when mortgage rates start going the other direction at some point, because, at some point they would probably, in the history of the United States and in our lifetime, they should at some point. We'll see. But hopefully, it might be a year, 2 years. It really might be. You have a good yard situation at the duplex?
Yes. And I've been there 4.5 years. Like, I've been there forever. And my rent was actually a lot cheaper, but the duplex sold, and with all the taxes and stuff, they had to raise my rent. And so, but I'm very comfortable there. So I'm happy to stay there as long as I need to until I find exactly what I need. Yeah. So I'm willing to wait.
You could, you can expand your options if you get that higher, 60 to 70,000. You'll have, you'll have 60,000 once the I bonds are gone. So I think, maybe by summertime again, if you maybe cut back on some of the other stuff, you're not forced to, but if that more than, people always say they have a unique month, but compared to your normal lifestyle that actually was, now cut back some of that, and maybe we just don't do that all the time, which you said you don't. So just the going out and stuff is good. Figure out how much you want to spend on that a month, and then figure out how much you want to go to this a month in order to hit a certain target by midsummer. Maybe you could even take this from 60,000 to 80,000 by then. Take some of those bonus checks, not even touch a cent of them, just put them in there, and put maybe like $1,000, $2,000 a month towards this if you want to. Because if you have $80,000 by midsummer, maybe even 90 if you decide to go crazy, you can put like $75,000 down. You can have a good start to an emergency fund. Maybe it's not fully fledged, but it will be an emergency fund of at least 3 months.
Yep. And
you'll have that for a car situation if a car situation were to, go poop. So honestly, that's what I think. I think, okay, cool. I think that's going to be the reality. Look, until then, maybe something awesome will just happen.
Yep.
That'd be cool. I think that what I said will more so be the reality. So what are your thoughts?
That's not surprising. That's kind of been my idea for a while. But again, I'm just continuing to look. I look at every single listing that gets posted every day just in case. But if it's, next summer, that's okay because I'm pretty happy where I am. So, yeah. But eventually I would like to own a home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you will pretty soon. I think you will within a year or 2 years own a home. I really do. By the end of the year, maybe not.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
And then if you do cut back on retirement accounts, make sure to boost them back up again once that.
Yeah.
Or maybe once you finish a fully fledged 6-month emergency fund and boost it back up. But yeah. I think you're in a really good position. Hopefully we get you in a house though that you own.
That would be wonderful. I really hope so.
Well, let me know when you get this house, and we'll follow up and see how it all looked and let the audience know.
I will. I definitely will let you know. And who knows? Maybe it's next week. Maybe it's next summer. Yeah.
Let Victoria know what you think about her financial situation in the comments below, and wish her some luck on getting a house, hopefully within a year's time. Shout out to my 4 Cups of Coffee supporters: Abdul Martinez, Mark, Josh Bennett, Clayton006, Tyler Chong, Drew Smith, Timothy Williams, Sam I Am, Jason Spriggs, Nicholas Dowley, Tom L, Jay Freedom, and Hans. Shout out to the 8 Cups of Coffee supporters who are making the dream come true: Joseph Strickland, Anthony, Anonymous Supporter, and Sam V03. Subscribe and stick around for more. Thanks.